Welcome back, everybody, to another epic sode of LEGO Star Wars: The Complete Saga for the DS. Or should I say, The Complete Soccer.
What?
Yeah, that's what I call it sometimes.
Oh, yeah. It's been yet again another month.
Yeah, we both of us have been busy doing our own things, but now we're here again, 86.8% through, and Zach wanted to show something off before we really started going on the grind.
Evan has no idea what
I have no idea. I know it involves Jar Jar to some degree, and the glitch that we started using like 1 or 2 episodes ago.
Well, first off, I need Jar Jar.
Yeah.
So I need to find Jar Jar.
Oh, he was on the
He was
first
on that
page. Yep.
There he is.
Yeah.
Mr. Binks.
Next to Queen Amidala.
What up, Mr. Binks?
Uh-oh. Okay. It's just like I don't want
Pretty
to
sure I
look
can
right
just
now.
do that, right? Nope.
No. That's weird.
Unfortunate.
I
I want to find him in the plaza. I don't know why I don't see. Where is he?
Is there an outside portion?
Nope. Oh, right here.
Maybe.
Right here.
He might be out there. That's where most of the characters hang out. Most of the time.
Is this their hangout spot?
Yeah.
Is this where they go out behind 7-Eleven and smoke cigarettes?
this is where they go for their smoke break.
The smoke zone.
Might just have to check the wait, there's a second outdoor area?
Yep.
I didn't even know that. We might just have to go through and check the rooms.
Well, I also wanted to show something off inside a level 2, so that's pretty cool. General Grievous is episode 3, the one where you're fighting General Grievous.
Yes. That is correct.
Walk too close to that.
It's gonna... Oh, it's number 2. Okay. I didn't realize...
Play as
Mr.
Binks.
You know why I thought it was number 3? It's because on the console version it's number 3. They don't have Chancellor and Peril on this version.
What?
By the way, since the last time we recorded this game, I have done a near 100% playthrough of the PC version of this game. That's how... I mean, not that it's like a super long game or anything, but it's how long it's been since we last recorded.
So, anyway, when we were discussing, like, cool, like, things that were out of bounds, one of the things that we were wanting to find was, like, inaccessible, like, blocks and stuff like that, while just messing around on my own terms. Oops. I just need to get back into the rhythm of doing that.
Oh my god.
There's some of the developer tiles that I found.
Interesting. That's cool. Like to see that.
Anyway, we have to complete the level.
Oh,
we want to complete the level, so we have Jar Jar in the studio.
Yeah. Well, good thing that this is a short mission. This is one of the shortest missions in the entire game.
I just wish Jar Jar would, help. What is Bro doing?
Jar Jar Binks is non-violent unless we control him.
And he wants blood and hits.
They did kind of have a camera angle to where you kind of see that platform from the other side. They did put a skybox there. But yeah, I did a full playthrough of the PC console version. Well, I got like 98% through, and then I'm like, I'm kind of done. I should 100% it though. Just finish the playthrough. It's probably not that. Whoa. Look at that crevice there.
I'm pretty sure that was supposed to show us that we needed to shoot the canister.
Yeah.
And we needed to get that canister to get up there.
Man, Jar Jar is just way too powerful in this game.
That's his theme music in the background.
Well, they're using... the music they're using is from episode 2. At the, like, during the, Coruscant, like, pursuit, like, when, Anakin and Obi-Wan are...
Oh, wait.
He, default
I just
posed.
realized, both of us were Darth Vader.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
Is it gonna give it to us?
Please.
Aw,
Damn.
double Darth.
Well, hopefully we'll find Jar Jar
Out in the wild.
somewhere. Well, we could...
And there he is.
We could do a mission and end it, like, progress. Gunship Cavalry, that's a vehicle level.
No.
Yeah.
I was just going to a level we hadn't beaten.
But that music they were using
Yeah.
was from the, when Obi-Wan and Anakin are chasing Zam Wesell, the, bounty hunter that's out to kill.
Sounds like such a fake name.
It's a Glupshido level name.
Sam Wessel.
Zam.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah,
Like Sam Wessel.
Z-A-M.
Okay.
I mean, at least they got the trilogy right, but I don't even think that like particular tune is even in Revenge of the Sith. So
Could be.
But you know,
They could add it.
they're dealing with a very small storage size, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Okay, so this one we completed. This one we completed.
I'm pretty sure
This one we completed. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we
We
completed
only
the OT.
We only have the pools
Yeah.
with one's completed. That one's needs 2 mini kits. This one needs 3 mini kits.
Yeah. I remember
I want 3 mini kits. and
that's
I
the
want
vehicle
3
mission.
Oh wait, we only have vehicle missions though?
Maybe.
It says 2. It says 2 in this. We only have vehicle. This is what we've done to ourselves.
I only remember that we got the red bricks. Oh, the red bricks.
Well, I know I can just skip through most of this level, so I'm just gonna...
Wait. Oh, you can? I was about to say this is one of the longer levels, but if you have a
Jar Jar.
if you have a method, then
Jar Jar.
yeah. I told you when I got here because we're at Zach's place. I said,
Don't dox us. They're gonna know what we're at my house.
well, they could probably figure we're either at my house or your house.
We're actually at the bar right now.
Yeah. There's many bars here.
One just closed yesterday, actually.
Oh. Oh, that's right. I'm not gonna say anything about it. Well,
You're gonna dox us, actually.
yeah, but anyway, I mentioned that I was late coming here, and I have a reason.
No excuse.
I got
given.
caught up. I've been I've been talking about like decompilation and reverse engineering a lot recently, and
I have a confession to make.
I have started, so I like modding the Halo games, specifically Halo 3, and somebody has already made a tool for this, but I wanted to make my own tool because what their tool does is a lot more complex than what I need. I just want a simpler version. Basically, I need to create some sort of automated way to recreate Halo 3, or not recreate, but approximate Halo 3 shaders in Blender. And if I could do that, that would save a ton of time, like hundreds if not thousands of hours of just manual, like, shader recreation in Blender. But the thing about shaders, how shaders are stored, is that they're stored in their own file format. So I've had to analyze like the binary information of the file format, and I got it all figured out.
Where are shaders stored, Kevin?
Huh?
Where are shaders stored, Kevin?
Where are shaders stored?
Yeah, where are they? Where are shaders stored?
They're stored in each map, like, but it doesn't.
I can't do it, but
Oh, I don't understand the joke.
shaders are stored in the balls.
Oh, shaders. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Look at that Bridge Z fighting in the back there. That was interesting. But anyway, I got it all figured out. Like, I got the shader files and everything figured out to where I can extract data. But the issue is that because Halo 3 was originally made for the Xbox 360, the way it stores red, green, and blue values, like color values, is not the same as it would be on PC. And you can see that when you look at the mod tools, where when you select a color for a shader, for use in a shader, it gives you a representation of that color value in PC RGB, and then it gives you a representation of that value in Xenon RGB. If you're familiar with the Xbox 360, you'll know that Xenon is kind of like referring to the Xbox in a, I mean, that is a very simplified, oversimplified way to explain it. But anyway, Xenon RGB is not the same as PC RGB, and I've spent the entire day today trying to figure out how to convert PC or Xenon values to PC values, because the color information in binary is not stored as PC RGB. It is stored as Xenon RGB, which is not usable in Blender. And you're behind the counter.
This is able to be standed on. That's not what I wanted to show you.
What is it you're standing? Just a cabinet?
Just a cabinet in the background, yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
I just shot our character.
What the hell? Oh my. Did you discover this?
Yeah, I did. I did one in between episodes. I was goofing around with it. I'm like, oh, you can stand back here. That's funny. And then I realized I shot him. I'm like, wait, they're interactable. And I swap characters.
Oh my god.
And so now Jar Jar is just stanced up. He's locked in. Because it thinks that he's in the tank.
Right.
So he's just hanging out. Anyway, we can access him. And now our creation is walking around with free will and no one's in the tank.
That is amazing. I'm glad. Have you tried to see if anybody else discovered that, or could you not?
I don't think anyone else would have. I looked
Well,
it up, but I don't. It's very. It's it was an obscure glitch.
well,
Not obscure, but like it's a it's not a very popular game.
right. Well, now it's documented.
It's
That the
documented. We
glitch is
have it
documented now.
documented.
That's amazing. Um, but anyway, yeah, the Xenon RGB values are not usable in Blender, so I have to convert the Xenon values to PC values. Um, and I spent pretty much the whole day trying to figure that out.
Right.
I made it a lot more complicated than it needed to be, I think, because somebody came back to me, like, I asked a question on a certain, like, Discord. Somebody came back with a suggestion that made a lot of sense that I did not consider. And I've tested it a little bit, but not enough to confirm it without any doubt. Like, haven't tested it enough to confirm it, but so far it looks to be accurate. And that is simply that the Xenon values are just, like, I guess, I mean, linear, or they're in linear RGB or sRGB, and like the PC is the other one. I couldn't tell you on the, from memory, but what I did is that before that person, like, told me about that, I was like, okay, what I need to do is that I need to plot the Xenon values and their respective PC values on a graph. And I noticed that the PC values, when following the Xenon values, create a parabola. They follow a parabola. So I was like,
That's
okay,
pretty cool.
I need to figure out, like, I need to figure out some equation so I can, recreate this parabola. And I figured out an equation that gives you an approximate value that becomes less accurate the bigger the number gets, which was completely fine for my use case. If I were to, like, release the source code publicly, then obviously, or the program publicly, I would definitely try to get more accurate. Now, the suggestion this person gave me seems to be actually truly accurate, so I'm gonna try it when I get back home, but yeah. The reason why my approach gave approximate values is because there we go. The program to where you can see the Xenon and respective PC values is that it only gives you whole numbers and not, like, any decimal fraction of the number, which obviously means that you're losing information, and because you don't have sufficient information, you can only make an approximation. I mean, that's the entire reason why approximations exist, is pretty much because of the lack of information, or the lack of the ability to process information, the correct amount of information. So I just wanted to put that out there. That's what I've been doing pretty much all day, but I think I got it figured out.
That's pretty cool.
And it's gonna save me, if I get it working, I'm gonna make a program. I'm gonna try to write a program in C that just analyzes the shader file in binary and, like, just extracts the information, and then take that information it extracts and then write some Python script so Blender can build the appropriate shader automatically, which would save me so much time. But a lot of people do not know this. And that is the fact that files, no matter what the file type is stored basically in a binary format. And the only thing that separates like different file types from another is how the binary information is structured.
Right.
Did we only have 9 mini kits in that? Yeah.
I was just going to free play because it was.
Oh, that's right, because it's story mode. For the gunship cavalry mission. Anyway, so basically every file, no matter if it's like a PNG image or a JPEG image or whatever, it's just a sequence of hexadecimal values, which is why hex editors and hex viewers are important. The significance, what makes file types different is how those hexadecimal value, like what those hexadecimal values represent, and where exactly they're stored in the file. So it was very easy for me to find, like in the Halo 3 shader tag file, it's very easy to find like the color information because it's stored, it's not compressed in any sort of way. Not that you would really be able to compress it very well to begin with, but you have to be aware of like big endian and little endian and stuff like that, which is a very important concept when dealing with like memory and files.
I will say though, a lot of the terms you're using, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. That's more so I'm not like I'm not a coder kind of.
I'm really into low-level programming, like C and C++ and stuff like that. Like, people... I refer to it specifically as programming, because programming... A lot of people, like, use the term... Like, they interchange scripting and programming, and they're very different.
Yeah.
Where scripting is usually high level, and it's only to be used with an interface to an actual program. Like GD script for the Godot engine, that is scripting, that's not programming. Programming would be like actually making
something,
the software, instead of having some sort of interface that, you know, interprets your code and stuff like that. That is specific to a bigger program. Like, you can't write GD script really outside of the Godot engine and expect it to work with anything else. So that's why I separate scripting from programming, versus like if you take a C program, as long as you like find appropriate compilers and like understand how different systems work, you can write C code that isn't bound by any sort of dependency or anything on a bigger engine.
Right.
And typically programming is low level versus scripting is high level. A good example would be like the Blam engine, which is the game engine that the Halo games use. Are you supposed to be back there? Well, there's check marks.
Not in that way, yeah.
The Blam engine, which is the Halo game engine, that is written, I'm pretty sure, in C. But there is a scripting language specifically made for the Halo games called Halo Script. And if you, like, Halo Script is not meant to create any sort of, like, you wouldn't be able to rebuild the Halo game engine using Halo Script.
Right.
Halo Script relies on the fact that the Blam engine is created in C. Like, it has to have an engine to work. So that's really the difference between scripting and programming, and I don't really like to use the word coding too much just because it's a very broad term that could mean so many different things. So I like to say I'm really into low-level programming. In a lot of concepts like Indianness, and I'm not saying Indian is like somebody from India, I'm
Right.
saying Endian. Um, are you looking up a guide?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what one we're missing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No.
Account
Yes.
NDS.
Well, because it just popped up with the character Count
Right.
Dooku. Count Dooku level. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Alright, let's figure that one. Yes, we got that one. Find the 3. I just tried that one. We have that one. Expect the large door leading the blow it up to just resume review. 5 or 9. Because I think that they're not the ones we're looking for are not in that final room. So I'm trying to figure out what ones we're missing. Also, someone on my Steam account, one of my friends is trying to play Elden Ring Night Rain, but I think it keeps crashing because they launched it like 3 times.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, like, going back to like Halo modding, because the Halo modding tools you have to download on Steam, and whenever I use them, I log out of Steam because when you use a certain tool in the like mod tool suite,
Right.
it constantly
Crashes.
flashes the, hey, your friend is using this program on Steam, and I'm like, I asked our friend Eric, I was like, hey, do you see that every time I like use this? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, okay. And ever since he said that, whenever I do Halo modding, I log out of Steam.
Yeah.
So my friends don't like just constantly see my Steam name is playing Halo 3 mod pools. Like, all the time. Oh, I remember this. This was one of the thumbnails for one of the previous episodes.
We already got this. The only thing we can get from it is studs at the moment. Second area, you can blow it up. By the way, I want to point out, you were talking, so I didn't want to interject, but when I moved the explosive barrel to this wall, I then tried to shoot it to blow up the explosive barrel, but I just accidentally shot the wall, and it blew up the wall, which I don't think that's supposed to be how that works.
Interesting.
So explosive barrel, third area, turn on 5 red lights on the right wall. In the third area. So in this area, there's want to come here. Apparently lighting these up will be a mini kit.
At least on the PC version of this game, this is one of the most annoying levels to try to like 100% just because of the fact that Count Dooku is always trying to fight you. But hey,
there we go.
We got
it was just that one. It was just turning on some lights that were missing. Also, why did I solve that puzzle? or why did I mess with the platforms earlier? Come on, give me the prompt. Give me the prompt.
Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah. The thing about like low level programming versus like high level programming or scripting is like you don't, in low level you have to like really understand like the structure of a computer, and like you have to understand how memory works and how data is stored and stuff like that, versus with like high level stuff, you don't really have to worry about that. But the fact that you do worry about it in low level gives you so much more power and efficiency. But you know, I could go on forever explaining like what some of these terms are, but I won't. Like I could explain NDS and you know binary and stuff like that, but I think that might be boring for people to listen to.
Yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, when you're in this room on the console version, if you're trying to get mini kits,
Yeah,
or red bricks,
that's how it was going for us when we were trying to get all the kids in this room as well.
like
I remember you're like, dude, leave us alone.
yeah. Well, that is where when you unlock the ghost characters, that's where it comes in handy because NPCs cannot see the ghost characters
Oh,
like
really?
Anakin and Obi-Wan and
I wonder
Yoda.
if that's the case
Yeah.
in this one.
Maybe.
We don't have any ghosts.
Yeah, we don't have any ghost characters, but
They cost a fortune.
they cost like 1,000,000 studs each on the console version. Console
Alright,
PC.
so 100.
100.
100. 100. 100. 100.
Episode 2 is complete. Episode 1 is complete.
100. 100.
It's just episode 3.
3 more mini kits.
The best Star Wars movie.
And they're all
That's
in
all that's left.
Coruscant. God. Yes. Whoa. Yes. Whoever made this guide, like on this wiki, on the fan wiki. Okay, so we got the red brick. Okay. Don't need to worry about that. How much you want to bet that the 3 remaining ones are all survival mini kits and I just play through the level without dying and I'll get all of them?
That's a good question. I mean, out of the 2 of us, you have an exponentially higher chance of actually being able to complete the mission without dying.
I know, but how much you want to bet that that's the remaining mini kit is what I'm saying.
Oh.
I feel like that's the one that keeps getting us on these vehicle ones is the hard ones that we don't get are all of the where we just need to not die because that's actually not the easiest thing to do sometimes.
It's definitely a high likelihood. No doubt about it.
Which, like, some of them they were super mean on.
Wait, so we're missing 3 mini kits.
3 mini kits.
And
there's 2 areas, so it can't be.
And we're missing 3 mini kits for the entirety of episode 3. So once we
finish this one, we'll be done with all of the mini kits, and we just need to get a shit ton of studs to buy everything.
Right.
And then we can just revisit our favorites over and over.
Yeah.
And play through with Jar Jar Binks. No.
And just see how much we can break out of levels.
Yeah.
As we get studs. That sounds like fun.
Hey. I like the sound effects. So.
Star Wars has some very classic sound effects. Have you ever seen videos of birds like a European starling, where people like train the birds to mimic like the sounds of R2D2, and it's like perfect.
That's awesome.
Well, the funny thing about that is supposedly the way they made R2D2 sounds is by recording birds.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not know that. That's awesome.
I mean, technically back then they did have like synthesizers and stuff like that, but they probably weren't very widely used.
Right.
So a lot
That's
of
still
their,
super cool though.
yeah. But
Yeah, where are the vulture droids? I've checked off all of the other ones, and now I just need to kill the.
I'm gonna see if I can find something about that, where somebody explains how R2D2's sounds were made. Oh my gosh, I cannot type for the life of me. How R2D2 sounds were made.
Okay, spawn.
Okay, I was wrong. So, to make R2, well, I don't know if this is Google's AI. Although it's getting its information from this one website that is flashbanging me because it's fully white.
That was one of them. One of them was
Nice.
killing 10 vulture droids in the first area. So that means we have too many kits, which they're probably the survive.
Yeah. Why is this article giving me an Emily Dickinson quote for an R2D2 sound?
Because it's important.
Oh my god, it's taking forever to get to the point. Sound designer Ben Burt created R2D2 sounds for the Star Wars movies. That's what the article says, the Star Wars movies. According to Burt, filmmaker George Lucas assigned him to bypass the... And that's just how it ends.
Thank you.
This is such a shit website. Don't go to medium.com.
They are not cool. Well,
Let's
we're
look
not
at-
getting a sponsor from them.
Let's look at Reddit. It's always the first place you should go is Reddit. I mean, maybe, yeah, it depends, but typically. Somebody's gonna give you information faster on Reddit than a website whose purpose is to give you as many ads as possible. Yeah, they have a video. Sound designer Ben Burt used an ARP 2600 combined with his own voice to create the voice of R2D2 in the Star Wars films. He also used the synth to also create the sound effects of the Ark of the Covenant in Raiders of the Lost Ark. That is a post you can find on Reddit. There's a video of it, of Ben Burt actually using the synthesizer on r/Star Wars by user I'm Luke Skywalker.
Luke.
Yeah. So I was wrong. I thought they actually used birds, but no, they did use a synthesizer actually. But it's very easy.
Out fucking nerd by the Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. But you can find videos on YouTube of European starlings perfectly mimicking R2D2,
right.
and it's amazing. It's incredible.
Right now I'm just grinding out vulture droids in the second area, so bear with me.
So you don't know if it's the...
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
There is
Maybe it's...
there is one more one more mini kit, and it could be a survival one.
Or it could be another vulture
Or it could be a
droid.
vulture droid.
So... What are... Oh, yeah, that's right. I was about to ask, what are we supposed to do after we get all the mini kits? But
Buy everything.
yeah, buy everything. Yeah.
Capitalism.
Yeah. We got to give the whatever his name is, the guy who runs the Mos Eisley Cantina. We have to give him money. He's gonna get rich.
I did not mean to click continue.
That's okay.
These 5 seconds, all I can think about is how much. One more mini kit.
Oh.
One more mini kit.
So it's probably...
I think it's in the first area.
No, it's probably the... If there's a last Vulture Droid mini kit.
I got both of the Vulture Droid mini kits.
Oh.
There's only 2, and I got both of them. And
you finished...
And there were both ones that we didn't have, which means we got one of the without dying ones.
Yeah. So this last mini kit we're looking for is just a mystery.
Yeah. I just want to watch the 2003 Clone Wars.
You should give the 2008 Clone Wars a try.
It's not the first. The first one is not the survival one that we need. I mean, it's something. It's not the Vulture droids, because I just took care of those. Is it blowing up the bridges on these? Very well be the case. The level didn't end when I destroyed that, right? It was... I blew up, with double, I believe, so...
You gotta shoot that target. That's for shooting. Not throwing missiles at it.
But I shot it with a explosive earlier.
See? It's turning red.
I know, but I hit it with a thing earlier.
Oh. I don't think that's how it works in the console version. In the console version, those red targets are reserved only for shooting.
I don't think there's enough like the first level. Oop. I'll show my mouth. What is this?
Oh, that's interesting. I think where they got that idea of the pressure plates, it, like, kind of in a circle around this. This is a droid, like, Confederation, or God, what is it called?
Confederate flag.
No, it's Confederacy of Independent Systems. It is a CIS, like, battle droid control ship. And there is a cut mission that you can play in the PC version, but it's like in its own bonus section. But there is a cut mission from
I'm just gonna see
the Phantom Menace.
I'm just gonna double check real quick, but it's not the survival one. Okay. Is it perhaps the grape one then? It might be a grape block one that we're missing.
The Phantom Menace in the console version has a cut mission where you play as Anakin flying a Naboo starfighter to go destroy the droid control ship. And you kind of drive around it in a circular manner,
right?
And you're kind of doing the same thing on this one with those pressure plates. I think that's kind of interesting. It's like kind of a, I don't, I'm sure that's some sort of reference.
I think my favorite thing is that it's saying like on the second venerator of the first area, fly over 4 buttons. It's like I don't know what what a venerator is.
It's a Venator, or
Venator, but it's this ship right here.
Yeah.
But I'm like I don't know what a Venator is. Where's some
Yeah,
debris? Oh, it's in debris.
it's the Venator class Star Destroyer.
Uh-huh. So the right there. Okay, so all of the grape blocks are in debris. Got it. I was not sure where because they were popping out of nowhere. I'm like, where did they come from?
Yeah.
They're in debris throughout the. So we'll check. Because the other one that's like the other one that I'm like that might be a contender for one that we would have possibly missed. A debris one, or not a debris one, but the grape block one.
Yeah.
So that's two. Let's find the third.
Oh, grape blocks.
You have to like hit it, like destroy it. Wait, is it like you saw it work? So I'm not crazy.
Well, it's because it takes multiple hits to destroy it. It's got some sort of health, and the torpedoes and blaster bolts do, I'm sure, different amounts of health damage.
Anakin, what are you doing? Clearing up this star system, sir.
This music that they're using is also not from Episode 3.
You're not from episode 3.
This is the Battle of Yavin music from A New Hope, when they destroy the first Death Star.
I would not have like known like any of these music facts because it's again been a while since I've watched them.
Yeah,
So I appreciate it.
I can memorize just about any like Star Wars music and when it happens in the saga, except for like the sequel trilogy, because
Which ship is the Lucre Hulk? Or sorry, that was the one that we started at. Hang on a second. Destroy the rebel. Left side. On the left side? Ooh, on the left side. So let's go to this one.
the Lucre Hulk is I'm pretty sure that is a CIS
There it
ship.
is. We got it. Last one.
Got the last Great Block.
No, that's the last canister.
Oh,
There was a grape block canister that we were missing.
gotcha.
That's all of them.
Let's see what our percentage is. Our percentage of completion. What? Wait, 147 out of 148?
We'll have to go and double check. I saw that too. What do you mean? Okay, so
I'm sure the last gold block.
this one has 23 gold blocks. 23 gold blocks. 23 gold blocks. We got all of them here. 70 out of 70.
66 out
Okay,
of
so is
66.
it? Oh wait, are we missing a?
Nope.
Oh,
No minigame. I think the last gold block
Just
is
buying.
just buying everything.
And we're at 88.2.
88.2%.
Give me in the give me in the ship. Give me in the ship. Thank you.
If... Yeah, what are we... Oh, is it because we have to do the activation panel minigames too?
Well, no, because it
But
said
that's
we have.
not a
Wait,
gold.
it said we have all of the gold bricks from the minigames. Well, that's not it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I was just buying stuff. Did we? I'm Sorry, I was just buying stuff. It's all cheap stuff, so I'll just buy the cheap ones.
Yeah, what could that last
I think it's just,
brick
I
be?
think it's just buying everything.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
has to be. Yes, Lego Star Wars best.
that's not anymore.
For the DS.
For the DS. Okay.
Use one of the
Game
cheap
packs.
codes. Someone says. And there's codes to do it, but I don't really want to use codes to do it. I mean, I use codes to get Darth Vader, but I still don't. Okay. Oh god. I was just clicking back. Okay, so I guess we can just do whatever the fuck we
Yeah,
want now.
let's
Just hang out and grind studs.
I am in charge of the DS now. What level do we want to break with Jar Jar?
Just pick one.
How about
all D6? 5. So episode 5.
Phantom Menace 5? That's gonna be Darth Maul. I was kind of thinking of doing this one, to be honest. Don't care, didn't ask. I'm just gonna make sure
that we have the 8 on. Oh yeah, we had a lot of them new.
I'm gonna turn super lightsabers and super blasters.
We don't have invincibility though, because that one costs $1 million, so we're not gonna worry about that one yet.
Well, super blasters and super lightsabers are really gonna help out.
Those are the like one hit.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you can just jump over there.
That's true.
Can you jump on the platform above you? Like the one that you're supposed to use later?
Oh gosh, this is hard. I haven't done this in forever. I haven't...
So double jump, fire, double, and then keep tapping.
Oh, it's like... double jump. I haven't Jar Jar Binksed it in a while.
Your Jar Jar Binks muscle memory has to kick in.
I think I'm just gonna have to get rid of Darth Maul. He's not giving me a chance to do the dance.
I like how they come in on like little spider webs.
Yeah, they're repelling.
I know, but they're like bugs.
They are kind of like bugs. Oh. Oh.
It doesn't have collision.
Oh.
Cool.
I think I fell through a gap, though. Let me try it again.
Very good.
Nope. No, it doesn't have collision. Okay.
Bad game development. Just kidding. Bad game. Sorry. This game sucks.
To be fair, though, the reason...
I wouldn't have expected it to have collision, but...
The reason why it probably doesn't have collision is because that would take a lot of processing power to add collision to objects that are moving, so...
True.
Oh, that's a gap. Sometimes I cannot tell what is floor and what isn't in this game. Let's just get studs. I forget that that's what we're trying to do is get studs.
Yeah, we literally have everything else. It's crazy. I didn't realize we were so close to getting all of the collectibles, actually.
Oh my god.
So, do you think if we 100% the game, do you think the developers are going to come to our house and give us a kiss?
That would be so awesome. I would be like...
Is Jar Jar Binks really that powerful? And they'd be like... Yeah, he is.
But, it's a good thing that we kind of have the opportunity to just take Jar Jar Binks to levels. Here we go.
You're talking about him like he's like our new friend, and you're like, I'm gonna show him all of the
Yeah.
cool sites. These are our local haunts. We like to hang out here.
I mean, Jar Jar Binks, he's a friend, and unless he's Darth Jar Jar, and then he would be like playing everybody for a fool. But in the case that Jar Jar Binks is not a Sith Lord, then he's
He's
just
our
a
friend.
friend. He's just a friend.
Yeah.
I personally think that the Darth Jar Jar theory has a lot of validity to it. I'm not saying that it's true, but I think it's very possible.
If you
But
could ask George Lucas one question, is that what it would be?
I don't think he would ever give an answer to it. I think
Well, no, like if he has to answer
if
one
he has
question,
to answer
one question of yours, is that what you use that question for? Is Darth Jar Jar a thing?
yeah, I would. I would ask him that. But at the same time, it's also fun to not know because part of the fun is just theorizing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I gotta use the stylus for this thing.
We're quote unquote 100%, not actually, but 100% through for like the main stuff, and we still have to put up with the mini games.
Yeah. I don't even know if I would ask George Lucas that, because I kind of would like it to remain a mystery. What is happening? Why is this
Wait, what?
why is this droidica intangible?
He has a shield.
Yeah, but I can't. There we go. It's because the ceiling just.
Oh, you couldn't double.
Yeah.
I must have missed when you were trying to double jump.
Yeah. But
This is Jar Jar Binks' bedroom. This is random Sith room.
yeah.
It's a Sith room because you can just tell.
But what makes theorizing fun is the fact that you don't know without like total confirmation that something is true.
Right.
That's what makes it fun. So I think if no matter what answer George Lucas would give, if Jar Jar Binks was originally intended to be a Sith Lord,
you don't have to tell anybody, but you personally would get the privilege of knowing.
yeah. But for me, that might take the fun out of it. That might take the fun out of the theory.
It would ruin Jar Jar for you.
I don't know if it would ruin Jar Jar, but it would ruin the fun of not knowing for sure.
That's fair.
I think. I mean, obviously, some people just really want to know, but I also think maybe it's.
If that's not the question you'd ask him, what I'm just curious. What would your question for him be? Because I'm not as big of a Star Wars head, so I don't know like what a big question I would want to ask him would be. But
I would really have to think about that. I mean, I feel like there isn't really a burning question I have about Star Wars that I feel like I.
Why'd you sell it to Disney?
I know why he sold it to Disney. Why?
Money.
I don't think it was money because Disney bought it for much lower than it was actually valued at.
Oh, I see.
He only sold Star Wars for like $4 billion, which is like nothing. I think he wanted to sell Star Wars just because he was done with it and wanted to move on to different things. I think that was
Fair.
the reason.
That's fair.
I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that the prequel trilogy, when it came out, was widely criticized. Because if that was the case, I don't think he would have made the Clone Wars. I don't think he really cared that much about how
What
the prequels, how the prequels were viewed. I think he kind of like, I know it bothered him a little bit.
I don't think you need that one. I think that just gets him. So.
Yeah. I don't think it, I mean, it bothered him.
You could Jar Jar repel it.
Yeah, that's true. I think it bothered him because I feel like he thought his movies were misunderstood, and I would agree with him on that. Like, I do think the prequel trilogy is very misunderstood by a lot of people who criticize it. I'm not saying that criticisms are not valid, but I think the way George Lucas made them was very intentional. And a lot of things like, oh, Anakin is like creepy and stuff like that, and I think, yeah, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I think that's, I mean, yeah, like, I think it's a valid criticism in the sense that people didn't want that kind of Anakin. Like, they were expecting a different kind of Anakin than what we got, but like the fact that Anakin is kind of creepy in episode 2, especially to Padme, is the point. You know, that's the point that George Lucas was trying to make.
Yeah.
So I think in that way it's misunderstood. But so the point I'm making is that I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that the prequel movies were very polarizing when they came out. I mean, today the prequel movies are like beloved, but
I remember at the time it wasn't as popular, but
it wasn't as popular with the older Star Wars fans.
It's aged well with the fans.
Yes, and the thing is that people are like, oh, the prequel trilogy love is rewriting history. Like, these movies were hated and they still suck today. And I'm like, I disagree with that heavily, because I obviously grew up with the prequels, and I remember when I got Star Wars Empire at War, which is an RTS game. That was an RTS game I spent so much time playing. I was trying to figure out a way to where you could play, because Empire at War takes place during the Galactic Civil War, like of the original trilogy, with Star Wars and Rebels. And when I got the game Empire at War, I was trying to figure out a way how you could play the Clone Wars era, because that was the era that I wanted to play in. So people saying like the prequel love, the sudden like prequel love is rewriting history. I'm like, no, it's not. It's just the fact that the people who grew up with the prequels and appreciate them are now the age that you were when they came out. You know, I mean, like, it's fine to say that you think the prequels are bad movies, but to say that they are like objectively bad, I think is very inaccurate. Because and like when I played Star Wars Battlefront 2, when it was like new and you know, at its peak, I almost always played the prequel era.
I think the cool thing for me was that I grew up like not hearing what the fans thought.
Yeah. Well, and
I just enjoyed them.
Well,
and I'm like, oh, people at one point didn't like these as much as they do now.
Well, I was the same way too. Like,
oh really?
I watched the prequels. I watched the 2003 series when it was on Toonami, and you know, back then
the 2003 series. Are you talking about the animated? What are you
Yeah,
talking about? Okay.
the 2D animated, the animated one that
That one's
was.
awesome.
What am I trying to do
I don't
here?
know.
Um,
I think
like
you're trying to get up like here.
I'm trying to get up. There's a platform above me.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
So
I
if you
just
jump,
gotta.
if you do shenanigans up that way.
Um, I just like, but you know, I knew and I watched the original trilogy and I loved the original trilogy, but like the prequel trilogy was what was relevant to me
Mm-hmm.
because it was the new thing that was coming out. And um I mean, I watched the 2003 series, I watched the prequels, I watched the 2008 series when it came out, and I I didn't really like I I wasn't aware at the time how much they were disliked either. Um and it was only after
Like you,
like it was only it
when you
was
got older and were able to access the internet
like
to hear
access the
other.
internet. Yes. And when I remember specifically when the sequel trilogy was announced, not when it came out, but when it was announced and like The Force Awakens was announced, everybody was like, "Oh man, I hope it's better than the prequels." And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like what's wrong with the prequels? And then that's when I started reading how like, oh, young Anakin and Jar
Blah blah
Jar
blah
Binks is
blah. Yeah.
annoying and Hayden Christensen's a bad actor, and I'm like,
Whoa.
people think this? and then but I'm like, okay, I can understand why they think that.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but I can understand why they think that. And that was when I was like really first aware as to how or why the prequel trilogies were kind of like hated at the time. And I think that's the reason I disagree with the thought that the love for the prequels now is like rewriting history. And I because I'm like, I always loved the prequels.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a time in my life where I hated the prequels.
Like that was the same way, and that's like people hated those movies. What?
Yeah,
like I was just a kid, and I really liked them.
yeah. I just see that a lot online
Maybe
where
like it could be that like the people that like when they were kids and they when they were kids, the movie that came out for them was the original trilogy, and maybe
yeah.
like they didn't like that. But like then like my dad liked the I think he liked the prequels as well, but I'm not sure.
Well, my brother grew up with he grew up in a time when like the prequels were being made but were
Mm-hmm.
not out yet, and he was used to watching like the original trilogy on like VHS and like TV when it aired. So
Yeah.
that was like the trilogy he grew up with. And he doesn't dislike the prequels, but he does find them sort of disappointing.
Right.
Like I feel like he never really has explained to me why, but I think it's just he was like expecting more out of the
That's
prequels.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like I kind of agree with that. I feel like the prequels are they they don't. I feel like more could have been done with them.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but um I still
George
like them
Lucas
as they
writing
are.
notes, starts editing and releasing new versions of the
Uh
prequel trilogy.
well, he did that with the original trilogy.
No, I know, but he starts doing it with the prequel trilogy as well.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah, what essentially what I was saying was that, like me, growing up, never heard anything bad against the prequels, and like
yeah.
people that I knew that like watched them growing up, like even my friends, like as kids, they thought those movies were fine. They
Yeah.
liked them. I don't.
Well,
It's just interesting.
yeah, well, it was like a thing where it didn't even cross my mind that the movies were like heavily disliked. And I feel like the sequel trilogy is probably the same way, where like the kids who grew up watching the sequels are probably like the same, you know, where they don't mind that the fact that the way they are, and I think that's fine. I think, you know, just I mean, I don't like the sequel trilogy, but I'm not like I don't care enough about it to like what
It was a breakthrough.
yeah. Um I don't care enough to like try to put down people who like them. I think if you like them, that's fine, and I'm not gonna argue about it. I just personally don't like them. Um,
I think, like there was just weird plot points. Is what got me with the sequels.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I also like heavily could have been just the swap in directors multiple times.
Right. That's
because for example, like fucking Finn, like they had so much potential. Like he would have been a really cool character as a former stormtrooper. There is also blue floating studs in the hallway, I think.
um
Oh, my bad.
yeah. Oh yeah. That was very easy to miss.
But yeah, no,
For
like
me, at
I
least.
feel like they could have done so much with Finn's character.
Yeah.
And then like that's a missing plot thing that I would like them to do with that. And then another weird plot thing was like the fucking like the dagger thing. The dagger thing bugs me.
The issue with Disney Star Wars as a whole, I think, and the sequel trilogy has this issue in particular, is that they get the best actors they could possibly get. Like there's not a single problem with the actors. Like John Boyega and Daisy Ridley and all of those actors are great. I like them. I think they are
good for the role.
Yes, they're appropriate. They are Star Wars material. The issue is the fact that the writing just sucks, you know? And yeah, that's the issue I have.
Like,
and
I've only watched the what is it, third movie with the dagger shenanigans. But like, don't they like find the dagger in an like they find it sunken in a cave in the desert?
Yeah, it just makes no sense.
And then they use that dagger to find the Death Star, which is laying in the sea, which could like have been still settling for years, eroding to stuff. So like it's not guaranteed to match up with the dagger.
Yeah,
for a long period of time.
And another thing I want to point out specifically is that I'm not turning myself off to all Disney Star Wars. Like, there's a lot of it that I think is amazing and is better than George Lucas.
For instance, I like those two.
But like, there is stuff, like, there's a lot of people that just take George Lucas Star Wars as gospel, and I'm like, there's a lot of things in, like, that George Lucas just straight up didn't care about, that people are claiming he cared about, like
what?
Like, Kyber crystals. Like, George Lucas did not give a shit about Kyber crystals. Like, I don't think he wrote a single piece of lore about Kyber crystals. Like, the reason why Jedi have blue lightsabers and the Sith have red lightsabers is because Sith bad, Jedi good, and the fact that green lightsabers exist is because if they gave Luke Skywalker, who was fighting on Tatooine against a blue sky, if they gave him a blue lightsaber, it would be harder to see than a green lightsaber. Like, that is the entire reason, where most of the... I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm trying to attack Darth Maul and nothing's happening. I'm giving it to Zach. But, like, most of the extended universe lore pre-Disney was just a bunch of bullshit that novel writers and video game developers made. Yeah, I guess the argument could be made, like, well, it had to be approved by George Lucas, but I'm like, if George Lucas really cared about that stuff, he would write all of that lore himself.
What he did.
And so, like, a lot of people get upset over how Disney has changed Kyber Crystal lore, and I'm like, the new Disney lore surrounding that is so much better.
They're giving lore to it.
Well, in the old...
In the Old Testament.
In Legends, in like the old canon, Kyber crystals, like red Kyber crystals that Sith made, that Sith had, were synthetic crystals. That's why they were red versus like
they're, instead of bleeding it.
Right. And blue and green lightsabers were natural, and the Jedi preferred using natural crystals. And then the purple crystal, which is what Samuel Jackson had, Mace Windu. Because, again, George Lucas did not write in purple crystals. That was a decision that the actor Samuel Jackson made. Like,
I still think that's really cool. That they're like,
yeah,
I want a purple lightsaber. Yeah, sure.
Well, the way that it was explained in like a book or something is that purple crystals are natural, but they're super rare, and that's why you don't see a whole lot of Jedi using them. But the thing about the new canon, the new Disney canon with Kyber crystals, is that a Kyber crystal conforms and adapts to... First of all, Kyber crystals are like sentient. Like, they're sentient. They have sentience. Really? Like, they're aware.
Okay.
And they adapt. We're going over this hour, but I just... I realized that a few...
We usually go to, like, 1:30 now.
How about, let's just finish, like, our thoughts, and then we'll end the episode.
Okay.
So the new lore is that, you know, Kyber crystals are sentient. They conform and adapt to, you know, the user, the Force-sensitive user.
Did you say conform or can form?
Conform. Like they, you know, match.
Yeah.
They match the vibe, which a lot of people are like, oh, that's just like... That's mood ring. And I'm like, that's oversimplifying what's happening, because... Like, the Sith, by making their crystal bleed, they're literally torturing the crystal. And, I don't know about Kylo Ren's specific, like, because he has a cracked, like a fractured Kyber crystal, which is why his lightsaber looks the way it does. I don't know if it's because he made the crystal bleed so much, like put so much pressure on the crystal that it cracked, or if it's just the way he found it. But it also... The other thing that makes it interesting is that when you take, for example, somebody like Mace Windu who has a purple lightsaber, it's like, okay, so Jedi typically have blue or green, so... What the hell?
I was just waiting for you to see what happened to... I don't understand.
Oh my god.
What, am I, like... Is this in the same cell as, like, another part of the level? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's weird.
What is this cube?
That doesn't even look like Camino. That looks like the Death Star. That's so weird. But...
I saw it was the hallway.
I see.
That's freaking weird.
So, the significance in the new lore of Mace Windu having a purple lightsaber is the fact that he has successfully balanced the light and the dark side of the Force. Which makes Mace Windu's character significantly more interesting. And is also... It makes it interesting in the sense that it kind of gives it makes more sense as to why he's so critical of Anakin, because Mace Windu is somebody who has perfected the balance between the light and the dark, and he sees somebody like Anakin and is like, why can't you control yourself, you know? Because it's so easy for me to do.
Yeah.
Which makes so much more sense, and his purple lightsaber is a reflection of that. So when people like... I have not seen The Acolyte, and it's not because I dislike Disney Star Wars or whatever, it's just because I don't feel like paying for a subscription. It's as simple as that. Like, I'm not interested enough to watch it to buy a subscription.
Right.
But there is a part in The Acolyte that I know of where one of the main characters, is holding a lightsaber, and I think she is bleeding the crystal where the lightsaber is blue and it's turning red. And a lot of people got pissed off about that. And I'm like, why is that? Okay, first of all, it looks cool. Like, that's interesting. That's cool. That's a cool visual.
Yeah.
Which I understand is not always the best thing, because the Holdo maneuver in The Last Jedi is also a cool looking thing, but it also sucks. It's stupid at the same time.
Because, like, why don't they do this all the time?
Yeah. But okay.
It is the level. The other parts of the level are stored in the same cell, but they don't have collision.
Right.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I wanted. That's what I was trying to explore right there. Is seeing if is there a way I can get in there? No, there's not.
But yeah, so it's like, okay, so something looks cool, that doesn't automatically make it good. But the thing is that what we know about the new, like, lore, like, the new canon of lightsabers and kyber crystals is... it makes complete sense. Like, it makes sense as to why that would happen, and it's cool that we get to see it, like, in an actual, you know, in a video form. But here, so this wouldn't be a question for George Lucas, but this would be a question for somebody who writes
for
Disney is, okay, so we know, based on Rogue One, that the way that the Death Star laser is powered is by using kyber crystals. Big kyber crystals, because that's the reason why the Empire is on Jeddah mining the crystals. The kyber crystals.
Yeah.
You watch the Death Star fire its weapon of mass destruction. The laser it shoots out is green in color. Which means...
they don't have to bleed it.
Well, my question about that is, does that make the kyber crystal that it's using green? And if so, who made the kyber crystals green? Where did the kyber crystals get their green color from? Yep. It happened again. It wasn't... It wasn't just Wicket.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Did we soft lock?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We soft locked.
Can you pause?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm like...
There's literally no way to get out of this. I have... shooting that soft locks the game, and trying to jump on it soft locks the game. We're soft locked.
Well, should we just exit and finish the episode?
Yeah,
close the episode?
So.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Alright, well... We'll probably continue this discussion about Star Wars in the next episode. Very fittingly, because we are playing LEGO Star Wars, but, like if you liked it, and subscribe. Like the video, like the video if you liked it, and,
you didn't like it.
If you didn't like it, then dislike.
Sorry.
Yeah, leave some comments as to what your opinions are on, you know, Star Wars canon, and, yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everybody.
Thank you for watching.
See ya.
Bye-bye.